All right, here we go.
Blah, blah,
This is
blah,
the
blah, blah, blah.
cardiovascular tour of the kitty. And here we go. The first one is the superior vena cava, right there. And now we have a handy assistant. Jersey's taking care of that.
Yes.
The function of the superior vena cava is to drain blood from the upper head and upper extremities, anything above the diaphragm. The next one is the inferior vena cava, drains blood from the lower body
Down.
below the diaphragm. Look at that. The brachiocephalic vein, back up. All right, I'm going to do a quick little, sorry about the fumbling there so you can see. The function of the brachiocephalic is to drain the head, neck, and upper extremities, and it unites to form the superior vena cava. All right, subclavian vein is right there at the branch. The function is to drain blood from the axillary vein, which of course is right next to it, and that function is to drain blood from the brachial vein, which it's right next to it. The brachial vein function is to drain blood from the forearm. All right, so now we're going to the external jugular. It's the one on the right, guys. It's external, get it? And its purpose is to drain the extracranial, which is the superficial tissue of the head and neck. The internal jugular, right there is the one to the left of it. And that one drains blood into the external jugular. And somebody just rolled that card in here and you probably can't hear anything. All right, next one, pulmonary trunk. Right by the heart. Hold on, let me get in there so you can see it. Right by the heart. And it, of course, we know this from A&P1, routes blood to the lungs where gas exchange occurs. All right, superior mesenteric vein. This is where things get interesting because you really can't see it. Obviously on this model,
It's in this region.
It's in the general vicinity right there. Its purpose is to drain the entire small intestines, part of the large intestines, and the stomach. So the inferior one, its purpose drains blood from the distal portion of that, of the large intestine, rectum. It joins in the splenic vein, and just before that, the vessel unites with the superior mesenteric vein to form the hepatic portal vein. So that's what he wants to know, that the inferior joins with the superior to make the hepatic portal. All right, on to the renal. It's a pretty important one, so let me get in here. All right, and that, of course, the the renal vein drains blood from the kidney. The iliolumbar vein is right there, and it drains the blood from the muscles of the iliolumbar region, which of course is your back. The common iliac vein drains venous blood, obviously, from the legs and pelvis. That would be the common iliac right there. Let me lean in real quick so you can see that.
It has a pen mark.
It has a pen mark on it if you can see it. It's on both sides. All right. The external iliac is right there. And it drains the lower limbs. It's just a basic big old vein. Everything pretty much dumps into. Internal iliac vein is right there. Do you see it? Yeah, right there. And its purpose, it drains blood from the pelvic organs and gluteal region. I like that one because it drains your butt. The internal iliac vein, that's what that one is. All right, the femoral vein is important. Hold on 1 second. The femoral vein is very important to note. Hang on, sorry, we got a lot of stuff going on in the lab. The femoral vein is right there, and it drains the deep structure of the thigh. And then it didn't really have a function in the book, so we're just going to call it the greater saphenous vein right there. We know where the idea is. We're assuming that it drains blood from the lower leg. Since the femoral does the thigh, we're going to assume that this one does the lower leg. All right, and I'm going to do a pan for you so you can see the whole thing. We'll start at the top of the kitty's head. And here it is. See if you want to work on your own. And that is the cardiovascular first part, just the venous. And there are 8 arteries to learn. There are 17 of those total, by the way.